Before we get started, if you haven't yet, please like this, give us a 5-star. It helps us get it out to more people. And if you enjoy this podcast, please ensure that you share it on your social medias and tag us in it. And we're back, season 2 of Common Unity. I'm Jason Fox, and we're looking forward to continuing bringing some great guests to you within this community. I hope you enjoy the show. Oh, should we get into it?
Yep.
Welcome back to Common Unity. A bit of a change up here. We've got a guest host today, Nick Funnell. You remember him from whatever fucking podcast that was. And he's brought along Motorsport legend, Tauranga local, Cole Armstrong. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Or were you talking to Nick as well? Because he's obviously a guest as well.
Yeah,
running out of people, are you?
Running out of people. I was like, fuck, we'll just fill the room up. The homeless guy's coming up in about half an hour.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, nice. How good. All right. So, where do we start in your journey, mate? You're Tauranga born boy, aren't you?
I'm actually not. No, I'm Waikato. Yeah, from the Waikato, moved over here when we were 10 years old. The old man came over, obviously. Opportunities here at the beach. Grew up a lot in Pukahina as a young fella, so always been in the surf and swimming, fishing and diving and so on. So, yeah, moved here when I was 10. So what am I, 36 now? So been here a few years.
About the same as me, because I'm 40 this year and I moved here about 13, so must have landed here a similar time.
Yeah. So
it was a different fucking town back then, wasn't it?
It was indeed. There's been a lot of growth, obviously, that we've been a part of, and that's sort of, I guess, been in our industry as well. A bit of plumbing and drainage. I'm now the 4th generation,
Really?
Which is a different thing. Yeah, it's a different thing.
What's the name of that business?
Armstrong Plumbing and Drainage. At the moment, at the moment, that's what it is. But yeah, from my great granddad, I think he was the 7th plumber, licensed plumber in New Zealand.
Yeah, okay.
And then so on from there, granddad, then my old man, and now myself. So I think it's been going 97 years.
How good.
Wow.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I know. Lots of people don't know that, because at the start, I think it was Les S. Armstrong, and then it was Les S. and Son Armstrong, and then it went to Armstrong Plumbing for my old man, and then now me, Armstrong Plumbing and Drainage, and that's where it is now. And yeah, I didn't even know that. I actually dived in, and my uncle had all this memorabilia of my granddad, that wooden ruler that he used to scale drawings off and stuff. And it was, I didn't even know the math on it. It was like 1920 something.
Yeah.
And
when did you figure this out?
like when I started my company, which is 3.5 years ago.
Yeah. And then when you were going through the paperwork, you're like, what? Hang on.
No, my uncle was like, oh, well, look, now you're starting. Here's great-granddad's plumbing ticket and here's granddad's ticket. And I was like, that's number 7. Like I'm 2,000, I'm actually 20,034 is my ticket number. I'm like, what the? And dug right back into it. And
wow.
97 years.
So you would have gone into partnership back then and that's why there were the different names.
Well, I think he just used his actual name,
Probably a sole trader or whatever.
Yeah, sole trader back then. Apparently, they sort of got into the trade and creamed it and was the new thing back then. And so it grew.
Yeah.
So there's going to be something, I have to do something cool. Like, well, not cool, but about
100
it.
Years,
100 years.
Yeah. And so did it improve the vision that you've got for the company when you found that out? Like you're like, oh man, give you a bit more motivation?
I don't know. No, not really.
No, just we're going to have a fucking sick party though.
You're like, man, I got to you can't.
Like it's definitely cool. That's something I'd like to get into is the more, the deeper side of where the company grew from and the vision side. But at the moment, I know how to get the jobs done. And when they come in, I just get them done and we roll on. So lots of learning to come, As I say, my 4th generation, I ran, I guess, workers for the last 15 years for my old man. So never got into the side of the business. I didn't start with one guy or myself.
Yep. I
jumped into it and I had 14 guys and I didn't know how to do reconciliation and know how the books work. And I was.
So who used to do that? Or did your dad do it?
An office lady.
And then she left.
Yeah. Like, well, it got sort of into a tricky spot where she went on holiday. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well,
so
what happened from there?
who does the pay?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
So it was that was my first year, like just smacked in the face. Welcome to the real world.
Curve.
You need to wake up and understand what, business is really like behind the scenes. And I guess, for so long, I just ran the guys, got the jobs done and knew that we were, doing well on profit-wise for those, but didn't really know that nitty-gritty. So
we see that every day with every business owner pretty well. You could be a truck driver, a builder, an engineer, whatever it might be, and you're the best at your craft, and then you go and start a business. Now you're the accounts person, the marketing person, fucking everything. And everyone's like, why is it hard? Like, well, now you got 5 jobs now, mate.
Yeah, 100%. And people are like, it's good. You start your own business. I'm like, it's pretty hectic. I wouldn't mind just being a worker again some days.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone goes through that period.
Oh yeah, definitely. So,
and this is the thing we talked about it on one of our other podcasts recently too. Like, you go to the gym, the first day at the gym, what do they offer you? Personal trainers, show you the equipment and stuff. But we'll go to university, we'll get a qualification for something we'll never actually use. But then one day we'll be sitting there and like, fuck, I'm going to start a business. Don't ask anyone how to do it. We're like, yeah, let's go, boys.
Jump in the deep end. And like, hey, I was definitely lucky. I had my old man who had done it 30 years, but I didn't know the questions to ask him to get that advice back. Like, he's like, what do you need to know? I'll tell you. And I'm like, I don't fucking know.
How do I log into payroll?
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Where's that paperwork? We normally do it by paper, and that was the other thing. We've transitioned now heavily into, all digital side where everything was paper for them or for him. So been a big change there. So it's, it's cool. I like jumping into it. We're young, got that drive. So why not?
That's amazing. So with you, are you mainly commercial? You residential? What's the work?
We have been pretty much commercial based. My old man used to like doing the high rises, like what's behind us,
cool.
multi-story, and that's plumbing. I'm I like being outside doing drainage, bigger stuff, subdivisions.
All right.
There's the chance of a leak in a finished apartment that rolls through from one apartment to the next, to the next, to the next. It can be quite bad where you have a leak out in the dirt or you get some wet dirt and you fix it and you move on. So I don't know, a little bit, I guess like mentally wise. Experience. No, not really, but maybe a little bit. But I've always liked it. Machines, diggers, all that sort of stuff. There's a bit more of a ticket you can clip with having all those sorts of things on site. So slightly transition the business a little bit to the side that I really enjoy.
And is there plenty of work out there at the moment? Because I would have thought
it's different. Yeah. It's really different. Like last year we were full on. Big year, just chasing our tail, trying to keep up with things, your pricing work and onto the job now where I'm talking with other guys and there's 4 or 5 companies pricing one job that might be only 40 grand, and it's tight out there. And then wait 3 months and they'll be like, oh, we're going to reprice this. We've had a few changes. You're like, oh man.
Yeah, here we go again.
Yeah.
And
so
that's a real cost to your business. That's your time.
Yeah, it's huge time. I've got two people, my old man and another guy, Scott. They're just full time pricing.
Okay.
And it's real different, but we're still flat out. I was out on the tools today trying to, stay on top of things. So I guess the part of being available, people then are like, oh, can you do this? Yeah, we can do that next week. Oh, wow. So
is that in both sides of the business? Plumbing and the drainage?
Yeah,
or just plumbing?
The plumbing side is definitely still real busy as well, but I've probably, I guess, reduced that side a little bit. We only have 7 plumbers where I've got 12 drain layers, where it used to be the flip side, where we had more plumbers to drain layers.
Yeah.
And that's not just because I don't like it, but we've now got real good guys that know how to do their job really well and I can trust them and that's enough. Yeah, sure. You don't need that extra stress. I got 18 guys. bad enough. I got a twitchy eye again, and something's crazy.
Is that what's going on? I've had one of those for about the last 3 months too.
Oh, man. I didn't know what it was. I was like, why is my eye always twitching? It's weird. My man's like, that's stress, bud.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know that.
Oh, no.
I'm learning something here. So I've been stressed for the last 2-3 months too then, because I've been like, why does it keep going?
Yeah, it's just a deep.
Twitchy eye stretch.
Yeah. You rub it and it'll go away, but,
Yeah. Like, I think it went like straight for almost 2 weeks on me. I was like, how's this going to stop?
Yeah, it's no fun.
I fractured my jaw on the weekend. And
How'd you do that, bud?
Yeah, tell us more. I'll get comfortable.
Had a little scooter incident. I think a bit
like your razor scooter, you at the skate park?
No, electric scooter.
Stole your son's one, didn't you?
Look, I was having a blat and it didn't go so well for me. The old classic dad gets at the skate park. But no, wasn't that. I came off my electric scooter, but the twitchy lip thing, when I had to go to the dentist yesterday, if it's stress, that was definitely the case. Because I was trying to hold my mouth open for the dentist and it started like full just going like that, like full jittering. And I was like, if that is stress related, that would explain.
I don't think that's stress.
That could have something to do with the maxi pad strapped to your chin, I think. The weight of it.
Your mouth's not used to holding that weight.
I suppose the big gash in my chin was,
Yeah.
Either way.
I saw a photo. It's pretty cute.
Yeah, it's definitely not ideal. But tuck and roll. Or tuck and chin.
Live and learn, eh?
Tuck and chin, yeah.
Live and learn, yes. Nick, I've seen you in some good states through the years, as the drifting has gone on.
Yeah, the drifting.
Obviously, so that's another side that, through growth, I guess you can say.
Yeah, how'd that all start? How'd the drifting begin?
To be fair, I'm going right back to where I was sitting at home. I was a bit of a boy racer, had a bit of a fast car. My sister was right into her cars. I swam for 9 years. I was a New Zealand team and went over to Aussie and did a bit of swimming and whatnot around the...
What started that? The swimming.
Yeah, tell us about that. Yeah. That's fucking pretty epic. I'm just going to breeze over this. Let's dive into that. Everyone knows you had a fucking car.
Yeah, true. So my old man is a real good swimmer. So he was selected, I think he nearly went to the Commonwealth Games for freestyle. He's a real good swimmer back in Te Aomuru. And then obviously rugby happened. So actually, I think, to be fair, he got offered a scholarship to go to America and swim in the American team over there, and just had a girlfriend, which is my mum, and decided, no, I'm going to stay here in Te Aomuru and play rugby and have fun with the boys.
Yeah.
So didn't end up going, but swam for a long time, did masters, real good swimmer. And I guess,
what's masters in swimming?
For old people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So did it when he was younger.
Around their arms and shit.
No, like I guess 40 plus, maybe 30 plus.
I thought that was maybe like a qualification you get for doing good freestyle. I was like, how do you do that?
Wow, you've had a sheltered life, bud.
Well, I was just sort of thinking, how do you get your masters in swimming? Like, what even is that?
Yeah, so more, I guess the masters, the old dogs getting back into it. But I guess.
So you agree with that? You obviously went swimming with the dad.
Yeah, went swimming with the old man, and I think I just did it from a young age. Maybe 7 or 8, 9.
There's an advantage in swimming when you're about 6'4", isn't there?
Well, I didn't grow till I was a late developer. Didn't grow till later, and anyway, got right into the swimming, especially here when we came over to Tauranga. Had the Harlequin swimming team, and went over to Australia and did all the nationals around the country. So really lucky my family was able to back me and take us to all these events. I remember my mum always being there. The old man was always at work, but right into it. Tanera Latimer, swam with him. Moss Burmester, who ended up going to the Olympics. So he was an Adamoto boy, wasn't he? Yeah. So even Calvin Clark, who I did drifting with, used to swim with him when we were young fellas. He's a menace.
Imagine.
Yeah. But then, turned 16, got my license, started driving to swimming, and then was like, wow, this swimming is really shit when I can drive a car and have a white line instead of a black line I'm following. When you swim, that's what you're looking at is a black line.
Yeah.
So, transformed into cars, and from it grew from there. And
what were your first cars before you went into drifting, like your street cars?
Like an FX GT. That was my pride and joy at school till it got stolen. Came out for the ball, going to go get our suits. Myself and Daniel Anson, a good mate of mine. Yep. Where's my car? Like, what?
While you were in the shop?
No, while we're leaving school. Got stolen from school.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, got it back and, it wasn't the same, It had been stolen and someone had flogged it. So
yeah, someone sold it,
Yeah. Ended up buying a Mitzi Libero way back then, kind of like a GSR, but a wagon.
Yeah.
Just quickly, for anyone that doesn't know, Cole Armstrong is a 2-time drift champ of New Zealand.
Can we just get to that? Jeez.
Well, it's just so that,
we grow. Yeah, they'll be like,
why are we listening to this guy talk about drifting and
talk about cars?
But just so you know,
you're
intrigued to listen to the journey.
Yeah, I've done a lot of racing. What did we talk about? 18 years I've been doing the competitive scene. But this was sort of my journey through to get into drifting. And honestly, one day I was watching a DVD. It was Kitzel, what's his name from, what did they used to have?
Rings a bell.
They used to make the DVDs, High Octane.
Oh, that's them. That's them. Was that local? Was that New Zealand or Australian?
They used to come here, but Kitzel was from Auckland.
Yeah, it was a Kiwi brand.
Made like a CRX and super gay cars, but the drifting came on, and I was just like, oh my God, like what is this?
Yeah.
Went and sold my car and bought like an R32 Skyline, just became a meat sack on the road. Actual.
We were all a bit that way.
It got to my 4th time with a sustained loss of traction, dangerous driving, reckless driving. Lost my license for, 24 months. My man's like, okay, you're good at it, but how about we take it off the road, eh? Because you're going nowhere with that.
Yeah. Smart dad.
Yeah, smart dad. Sort of gave me a bit of a backhand at the same time.
Might not have been so polite when he said it.
Yeah. And then, got onto the track, met Drew Donovan.
Yeah.
And he was the first person to, I guess these days you can go to the track now nearly every weekend. There's drifting on or car racing. Well, back then, track day, what? That's unheard of. You have to go street, cruising or racing. Drifting.
Dreamed about it, eh? Remember they were going to do the burnout pad so that we weren't going to Minden and other places. Everyone was like, fuck, here we go, lad. It's like 20, 30 years later, still nothing. 20 years, not 30. But Jesus.
And that's exactly it. We just had nowhere to go. So, we did silly stuff on the streets. And from there ventured into track days and fun days. And a few of the guys I finally found I looked up to from the racing were like, man, you're not too bad. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I gave a competition a go and I think, what did I get? I think I got 4th in the New Zealand Still Vodka Series.
Yeah.
Now, who's this young buck?
That would have still been a pretty basic, street car?
Pretty much.
Fully caged and stuff? Or?
Fully caged. I think that was my R34 Skyline. I sold my old one.
Kits or anything in it?
Nah, no, cut springs.
What, the one you had all the way up to the end?
Nah. So this is the car that I wish I still had now, but I wrote off in Australia.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I guess we'll quickly. Yeah, we could be here for days talking about the adventures, but and that's where it all sort of took off from there. And I remember being on the tools, working at the number 8 apartments. I was a plumber, doing plumbing then for my old man. And I got a phone call from a guy, Mike White, who does Performance Car Magazine.
Yep.
He was like, mate, I seen you on sort of drift scene. You're a good little young fella. And V have just hit us up. They wanted to look at sponsoring the series, but then sort of found out we can't afford that.
Sure.
So we're keen to look at sponsoring, someone. Who'd you have in mind? And he was like, I thought of you straight away.
Yeah. So
and, I was 21 at work, wait, what? Oh, okay. This, I suppose, is pretty cool. V, I drink them flat out. So that'll be sick. I won't have to buy them again.
Something I believe in.
Yeah, for sure.
High octane.
And how long do they sponsor you for?
10 years.
10 years.
10 years. And we worked out how much, I got out of that. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
2 pro $200,000 drift cars, all paid for. Still, from the start, we definitely put money in. And I went to Perth and worked in the mines in the off season for 6-7 months, doing 4 weeks on, 1 week off, earning the cash so I could come back and build some silly race cars because I just didn't have money, you know.
Yeah.
Could work my ass all the time here in New Zealand, but $20 as a young plumber
Doesn't go a
We're
long way
always
into
known
a
for doing
six-figure
your
car.
off-season prep a couple of weeks before the season started.
yeah, I'd fly back in and they're like, all right, boys, we're into it. And they're like, aren't we at the track next week? Yeah, boy. Don't worry, I've got bank, so we're good. And that's what I would do on the off season. Yeah, fly over to Perth and just work my ass off and fund it. And then, obviously had V that would fund the season. And yeah, we're well known for last minute hurrahs. And I actually now see all the YouTube channels that are on and I'm like, man, why did we not film what we did?
Yeah. You could be like a DDE or something of drifting or...
I don't know who that is, but
like a
they're pretty
supercar
cool.
show.
Daily driven exotics.
oh yeah. You're correct.
They smack around in
Make some real cool
Lamborghinis and
stuff.
do heaps of burnouts and
Yeah, Adam Alzey of all
Jason
those.
got
Yeah,
onto it.
Adam.
That's definitely
Yeah.
good
Adam
videos.
LZ, same thing.
Like I think about it,
That'd be a more direct comparison. Well done.
yeah. Sort of who I look at and I'm like, man, I could have done that. But anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Hindsight.
Yeah, hard. So it's been awesome, throughout. Been to China and seen the super rich that got into drifting and they just did it because they had so much money,
Didn't know how to drive though. Or
Didn't know how to drive for shit.
Yeah.
Our team boss was Barry. He was about 4'10". His parents owned like 50 multi-story high rises and just
Oh,
He's
so
your host.
did you drive their car or?
nah. So he'd fly my car there.
Yeah.
They would put it in a plane and fly it there, and then we'd turn up. This all sort of came through Ross Ono.
Barry.
Yeah, Barry, and they owned so they owned karaoke. He owned karaoke bars, but they weren't
Money
karaoke
laundering.
bars. When you would turn up there, a whole lot of lined up things would come
Oh, really?
out. You'd be like, oh, are we singing here or what's sort of going on?
Line dancing.
Yeah.
Playing the flute.
Yeah. But yeah, you got to see just the extremely rich. And then obviously you'd walk around China and just be like, wow, there is a huge difference here.
Yeah.
Where was the track? Was it out of
In the Olympic
country?
stadiums. So the Olympic stadiums that they would do. So like our first one was in Shanghai, old Olympic stadium they had 9 years ago and it's just never been used since. At the Olympics there and they just leave shit there.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
And so they just laid down some tiles.
They put down plywood and then they just come in and rinsed a hot mix on it. And then after the first day of practice, everything was bowing and whatnot. So then that night, boof, they come back and relayed it. It was like 150 thick of hot mix by the end.
Yeah, they do shit quicker.
They just did it.
Just come in and get it done.
We were there, because I took all my mates along and well, not my mates, but my crew and whatnot, and even my old man, and we were there. There was 50,000 people in the stadium. And the part about it, right, the government would fund these guys to do the events to give entertainment for the people.
Yeah.
So it was free for them to come along.
Oh, wow.
So you're in there's a full DJ going on from Ibiza and just dancing people in the middle, and we're in there doing drifting and there's 50,000 people. We couldn't even hear our cars. I still remember it being like, where the fuck are we? This is out the gate.
How old are you at this stage? At this time?
I would have been probably 25.
How good. It
I
sounds
know,
like
like,
such an experience.
Mind blowing.
Yeah. And they flew the whole team over. How many of you? went?
Yeah. They would always take myself and two others.
Yeah.
And then they'd have just a full lot of minions that would just work on your car and whatnot.
Hey.
Yeah.
And then
So
you're
I
all
went
done.
with Carl Ruderman and Sean
They got your
Faulkner.
parts in the car.
Hey? Oh, there's a story about where they
really?
did that too. They end up, my own team tutted with my own car to make it shit. So I couldn't race. I'm like, what? My car was mint yesterday.
Oh, really?
What has happened?
So they sabotaged you.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Because he wasn't very good at driving. And we come along. It was sort of like we were the hype that then he got sponsors to pay for us to come.
And you
But
blow the
then
doors off. Yeah.
he kind of wanted me to look shit because then after that I was like, bro, if you, man, the heck is going on? We found out what had happened, and at one stage
How'd
we
you
were meant to
find
get ethanol for race fuel, right? And they had water in the bag.
Oh, really?
What?
So
Yeah, so we
sabotaging
ended
the
up
engine.
putting water in and being like, does not smell like fuel. Like, what is going on? Oh, no. Okay, good. Sorry about the accent.
Is it not politically okay? Or
Accent
accent
and
away.
It's mental. Yeah, yes. heavy ordeals, I tell you.
Oh,
it was, way different. So I probably did that for like 5 or 6 years going over there.
25 to 30.
Yeah.
And did they try and sabotage your car every year, or was that
Nah,
just year
it was
one?
just at the end.
Oh, it was
Really?
towards the end.
Yeah, it's towards the end where actually the competitions got way bigger in China. They were bringing over more international drivers and, the actual, to be fair, the Chinese drivers, they were getting good because that's all they were doing.
Yeah.
It was all year round driving, building new cars. Like their cars are just, we'd walk in and there's, 5 of them. Well, whose are those? Oh, they're mine,
Oh, well.
Yeah, we're into it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so,
Are these rich people's like children? Or
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They don't own shit.
Oh,
Yeah, they all just family money get handed down.
yeah.
So, yeah, massive experience, I guess, for that.
It sounds cool. There must have been such a buzz at 25. Like you're still
Oh,
figuring
for
everything
sure.
out. You can't even hear your car and they're so loud.
Yeah, man. It was
That's
mental.
mental.
And that's why the other part, and I guess the part of being around the world doing these different things with even racing and being with, I guess, these wealthy people, and you come back home, you're like, man, it is good here.
Yeah.
Like it's just clean green.
Chill out.
It's nice. Yes, they got oodles of cash,
Yeah.
but like, you can barely see the sun. And I guess I kind of, the final straw, I was like, you're like their puppet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, when are we going for dinner? Oh, yeah, soon. And you'd be like, it's 2:00 in the morning. Like, your days were massive and then you'd be up early, and you end up
So you literally worked for them while you were there.
yeah. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, this has been sick, but I'm all good. You get a little bit over, well, I did, a little bit over living out of a suitcase and those sorts of things. But
Were you
How
getting
long were you
paid
there
for it,
for?
or were they just supporting the car? And was it
not
the race money?
really paid for. Nah, it was more just everything was covered. So I
Yeah.
guess, I was away from work, which I was running a lot of
Costing you back
things.
home.
So for me, it was getting a little bit like, this is cool, but I'm all good.
Yeah, it's
And
kind
how
of
long were you there for each time?
Like, can be from a week to 3 weeks. And then I think the longest was like a month
Oh,
where we did back to back, like rounds.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the same conversation we had with Jed Milden from Nitro.
Yeah.
He was
Jed.
like, the best thing that kind of ever happened to him was COVID, because it's the first time he stopped traveling for years, and he's like, I just feel so.
Hard. I hadn't seen him for such a long time. Like Jed, right? I ended up meeting him before he had done anything with Nitro, even done any backflips and whatnot. I remember he showed me his elbows. Did he show you? His elbows actually up on his forearm from so many bales as a young fella. So I met him when I was probably first started drifting, and he was living in Taupo.
Yeah, I met him when he was 16
Yeah.
because I was a BMXer. So that's how we first met.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I saw the first flip whip that he did at X-Air in Hamilton, and that's when we were like, where's this kid come from?
And he was just full on, just into it.
He's never stopped.
Yeah. And now, he lives in Otamoto here.
Otamoto, yeah. I had a big night there after the podcast.
Yeah, he's good like that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's cool. There's a lot of people in this town that have had some crazy journeys.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
But that's the same sentiment of, yeah, cool. It looks all glamorous going and doing all this stuff, traveling the world, and you've got an amazing story. There's a lot to be said to just coming home and cooking dinner in your own house and chilling on the couch as well, right?
100%. And it's not something that you're like, you didn't enjoy it, because it was sick, and I would definitely not regret or never not want to do it again. It was definitely cool, but yeah, there's definitely, you get to a point where you're like, you know what, I actually haven't seen any of my mates, and geez, they've actually got kids now. That was my, I guess, biggest realization, especially with drifting and, the TV show that I was doing as well. I had no time for anyone.
Yeah, that's what the TV show, Cole. I was going to get there. You brought it up.
So yeah, I guess another thing, with my racing, I'm a bit of a yarner.
Yeah, you got heaps of time, mate. You're only half an hour in. These normally run for a couple of hours. So take your time. Go as deep as you want.
To get there.
Yeah, a bit of a yarner, and I guess I'm a bit of a softie too, to be fair, because
Bit of a yes man.
Here we go.
yeah, a bit of a yes man, right? And I'd been warned about this dude, right? And he's a good dude. I like him. As Mike, he had a lot of vision, but not a lot of backing. And time, you can only do that stuff for so long without getting anything from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, had a great idea. met him at one of their drift events, came along, and then from there, a rookie move, gave him my number. And that's this man knows how to pester.
Dog with a bone.
Oh, yeah. Just ring, come on, mate. You sure you can't come up? Let's do it. And he ended up enticing me. We had a track day at Pukekohe. And he's like a RX4 with a 20B. And then he ended up having a baddie. And he's like, yeah, you can drive them, no worries. And I was like, oh, okay. Get to thrash these cars, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then on it went from there. And he had this idea of a TV show. It was called the Mike and Cole Show at the start. And honestly, I've never been, I've been to Sky TV before and done TV stuff with the drifting and that sort of thing. I'm, not too bad at talking crap and rolling off. And went with him. And I just I've never been into a meeting where I'm like, how the hell did he just make them cough up $100,000 for just spinning this yarn that they were just so hooked on? I was just...
Sounds like I need to employ him.
I'm not kidding. He's good at that. And if he didn't get so hooked on the TV show, he would be insane at getting sponsorship for people.
Yeah.
Just next level. So, yeah. TV show, 2 years later.
Run us through some of the stuff you did on this TV show.
Oh, all right. So the idea behind it was...
it's a sick TV show so far as the stuff that Cole got to do.
Yeah. So we based it on Top Gear, but with a bit of Nitro Circus, right? So we built an RX-7, had a 3-rotor in it for, as Top Gear used to do, the celebrity car that they would then go and do hot laps in. Well, they had a shitty little Toyota Yaris or whatever they did. Well, we built a 500 horsepower 3-rotor RX-7 that you could barely hear yourself drive with a sequential gearbox. So celebrities would turn up, all sorts of different range of people, singers and rugby players and actors. And
Joseph Parker.
Joseph. Well, he only just got in the car. Those thighs on that boy are big. But Joseph Parker loved it. Never driven a car before, and we're like,
never driven like a professional car.
Race car. We're like, here's the keys, and he's like, wait, what? Yeah. How do I drive this? So it was awesome. We got to meet some real good dudes. When I do think about it, I was like, who's the young fella that got into F1 from NZ?
The McLaren team, was it?
Nah, he was on Red Bull. I don't know why I don't know his name. We had Jed on the show as well, BMXs and stuff. Damn, what's his name?
He must have gone.
Hartley.
That doesn't ring a bell.
Oh my God.
Not ringing a bell. Anyway,
we had some sick people on there, I have to say. And we teach them how to obviously do circuit racing. And then we also had this drift car, turbo drift car that we turned into a 4-seater. And I would teach them how to do drifting. And then we advanced it that they would then sit in the back. Mike would ask some questions and I would go drifting while they're sitting in the back and they're trying to concentrate on what they're doing. But he was asking them weird questions, We had Joel Shadbolt in the back. Joel, he was in the back trying to play songs from LAB while I'm out there full swing and drifting. He did real well. He did really well.
It's quite cool.
Yeah.
Because it was on Sky Sport, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on Sky Sport.
I think I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes. I did see the stuff from Jed because he still froths day drifting. He's like, bro, I got to do this. And it was an experience and I guess something really different for people that never got the opportunity to drive a car like that or go drifting and whatnot. And then at the end, I'd go and do a full scene drift around the track and sort of blow their brain a little bit like, geez, you can actually do this with a car. Yeah, I still haven't done the pro drift car thing. He's trying to, he's mentioned maybe trying to get me a drive on one, but supercars, rally cars, done a lot of shit, but I haven't been on a drift car at full tilt yet.
Yeah, no, it's a thrill, Yeah,
and I guess I haven't heard the rundown of the 800 horsepower bloody stock car that you drove or something because I remember you were nervous as getting into it.
Was this part of the show as well?
Another opportunity that came about, I got hit up, and I've actually got another one coming up, which I thought I was washed up, but apparently I'm a part of the celebrity stock car teams that they have in Rotorua. Who's Tiger Woods' caddy?
Stephen Adams? No?
Stephen Williams.
That's a rugby player.
Stephen Williams. So Stephen Williams is doing a charity event where Murphy's coming, Gizzy's coming, Mad Mike, a lot of the top drivers And I got asked. So I was like, what?
Doesn't seem right, does it?
Yeah, seems really red. I was like, I stopped racing. He's like, no, you got to come along.
You're not too dissimilar from Mad Mike, though, really. I mean, he's gone a little bit further with it, but you're all bogans at heart. This is some cool shit.
Dead right. So we've got that coming up. That's at the end of the year in Rotorua. This is Team Champs in one of those V8 stock cars. So done that once before, and it sort of rocked me pretty hard. But I had a big seat, and I put myself in the wall.
Yeah.
It's honestly like someone smashes you with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
It's hectic.
There's
on
no
your body.
giving them, is there?
No.
It's not like your car, they crumple.
Yeah. So I'd done that once, but another opportunity I got to drive a sprint car.
Yeah.
And that was at Harrisville, and they're like, yeah, come down. Got a sprint car. We'll give you some practice. Get down there. Car's still in bits. I'm like, Roger, here we go.
Yeah.
So I got it all back together. Yeah, never got it quite running right. And then it was race day. So jumped into it with 25 cars around the track and gave it a go. Nah, never driven one before.
Kept it on the black rubber stuff.
Yeah, kept it on the track. I think I got
go fast, turn left.
it was 24 in the thing, and I think I got up to like 14th
Yeah.
through the event, and nearly
You
got
must
through
have
to
been
the
buzzing as you started passing people.
I'm like, what are they doing? Like, I'm sure I don't know what I'm doing. And that the real top dude's like, you got to go fast because the wing does, the wing grabs it. And I'm like, these guys are off their fucking head. The wing doesn't do shit.
With all your mismatched tyres.
Yeah. All rolled up and weird, but that was one heck of an experience. You know what? The funniest part about the whole thing was, the dude was like, come down, no cost, don't worry about it. Just have fun. If you wreck it, it is what it is. And right before I went out for my first ever time, and he was like, if you bin this fucking car, you own it. And I was just like,
Why do you haven't had any practice?
no practice.
Oh.
I'm like, man, going out with 25 guys now. And he's like, serious. He's like, don't wreck my car. It's brand new. And I'm oh, shit, man. Really put me on edge right now.
Isn't it contact part of?
Is it not sprint cars?
Sprint cars. No.
You cartwheel down the road when you make contact in those things. It's not.
So a lot of learning and a bit of a stress pot on that one. So
Had you got on anyone's sim or anything?
Nah. So Darren Kelly has a sim, but I put those what are the VR goggles on?
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Make you sick.
Sick.
Everyone says that.
Wow. I got out of that and I was like, nah, man, I feel ill. And that was like an hour.
Do you reckon the sim's harder than driving a real car?
Yeah.
I've played on sims and I'm like,
you don't have the feel.
yeah, you don't have the sound, the feel,
I met a guy at a rugby charity auction whose dad has the pack and save in here, and we got onto racing sims, and I've got a little basic one. And he goes, I got a sick ass one at home, and it's on actuators, like a full computer system, and it's 3 screens around, and it's got surround sound speakers and everything. I was like, that sounds sick. And he's like, well, I've got a day off tomorrow. So I went around I actually scooted around to his house.
pre-injury. The scooter's ridden off at the moment.
Scooter's gone.
It's in the pedal shop.
I'm never riding a scooter again. And I went around there, and he had this full sim in like a full room at their house that they must have bought it in pieces, and a team of people assembled it. Like, it's massive.
I love one. They're like 30 grand, no way.
Yeah, I've seen them before, eh?
And he was like a pro stock car driver, and he had stock cars set up in it. And so I did stock car driving in it, and it was sick because it was like speakers from all angles, like in the whole car, like, and as you braked, it dipped forward. And
I think that's cool. Good. The VR one, like when you look up, you see the birds fly over your head, like you see everything in the VR. So when you're mid corner and you look sideways and the car's coming up beside you, you're like, oh.
Yeah, it's pretty full on.
Yeah.
I think if you did it long enough, you start to get the feel of how the cars are and braking and all those pedals. Because I know Gizzy does lots of it.
Yeah.
He does lots of it.
That'd be like
they're right into
full race spec, 100K probably sims though, eh? Some of those ones
They're probably
are as dear as a car.
Especially with full, you can still adjust all the
difference,
sway bars still and a whole lot of things like that. So I've never really jumped into that sort of side, That thing made me feel sick. Motion sickness.
whose one did you try? Was it
Darren's?
Yeah.
So whether or not it was a crappy one.
No, that's good. That's obviously a good one.
Yeah.
Well, if it's got the VR, that's a good start.
Yeah.
Did it move?
No.
No, it's just stationary still.
Stationary one, yeah. But just never really got into that. So
Yeah, that's so good.
yeah, mate. So with the TV show, then next thing, got to do some cool things, right? I got sick of driving up there because this fellow would ring me up. I'm trying to run a business.
Yeah.
Yo, man, need you here tomorrow. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No. Like, I've got work to do because I was still on the, I I was working in the business, not on the business. So I'm working on the tools, plus trying to run everything. No, need you here tomorrow. I got Greg Murphy or whatever coming in. Sick of this. I hate driving. So he somehow hustled the local helicopter company and was like, all right, head down to the helicopter company. They're going to fly you up there. So I started flying up to Auckland.
Way better.
Wow.
Yeah.
Way better.
This is
He
machine.
definitely does have a good yarn.
Oh, machine.
He definitely has.
Then next minute.
He's going to get a call up and a job offer after this body. Not sure who by. I can't afford him probably, but.
You probably could. He's scraping the barrel at the moment in Aussie.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But anyway, carry on. Sorry.
Carry on.
But no,
So you got the helicopter rides up
Next
there.
minute, we did the helicopter thing and we fly up. Next minute, we're off to go pick up a McLaren, an Aston Martin, and the guy that used to help us out on the race car, he has all sorts of cars, Shane. Take one of our Lamborghini Performantes. So we ended up being like a bit of boy racer days again. There was Jesse Greenslade and he had his McLaren.
Yeah, he's got a few cars, yeah.
Yeah, myself and the Aston, brand new, like we're talking brand new, still had, they just pulled the stickers off it. And then Mike was in this Lambo and we just raced from North Shore to Hampton, all videoed, but not really, just boosting around in these cars. I'm like, I didn't sign anything for this shit, but anyway.
Yeah.
And raced them at the track and then we'd race them back to North Shore. And we did that a few times, a few different cars.
Yeah, good fun.
Throughout. Oh,
Sounds like great fun. I was there that one day with you guys.
Insane.
So should we start up another show or?
It's still going.
We'll
He's got
scrap-
season 3 going.
We'll bin this fucking podcast. We'll take that on.
Oh, is that why it's Wheelburn now?
So Wilburn came in the second one because obviously he would always kind of threaten me and be like, you have to turn up. I'll get someone else. I'd be like, get someone else, bro.
Yeah.
You ain't going to find someone else like me,
And then he came.
Damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, then we changed to Wheelburn. So if, I guess, the chance that I ended up leaving, the show could sort of carry on. And then obviously, ended up having my lovely son.
Yeah.
So time just went out the window. Then I was like, look, man, I'm done. Can't do this anymore. Plus I had the drifting that I'd stopped doing, the competitive drifting, obviously in New Zealand, and then was trying to do the commentating. And it's just too much. So
It is a lot. Yeah.
Oh, and it's
Especially
right
with the
through all the
business and
summer.
everything, like-
Yeah, dead right. Trying to run business too. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, boys, I'm off Thursday. Where are you going? Oh, I got the drifting on. They'll be like, oh, yes, okay.
Yeah.
Especially if you're getting, it'd be hard to keep the team morale with being flown to drive supercars around the racetrack while they're in the trenches, trying to figure stuff out.
That's something that really played on my mind, being like I'm leaving the team to go have fun and do all these things. But, I don't want them to be like, oh, yeah, the boss always is fucking.
Well, that's always it. The boss has got it so easy. They're this, they're that. We're the ones working. They don't actually understand how it is to run a business. We touched on that right at the start of this, right?
Yeah.
Like you do need a little bit of a break. But fuck, did they fly into the mines and do all the other stuff to get to where you are and build that career? Probably not.
And that's it. No one ever really understands that part or knows the journey to get there.
You
But
want to walk a day in someone else's shoes. But
it did right there. And you see the, the
it's
cool
like
part.
a bit of a natural progression, Like certain things happen at certain times. And
It was, man, 100%.
different ways.
I ended up 10 years and I was like, oh my God, this is going to be the biggest year of 10 years.
Yeah.
And they're like, so we're done now. And I was like, oh, so no can with my face on it or, nothing like that.
Yeah.
So I would come up with
called it the Armstrong drink, hey?
Oh, bro. Oh, we wanted to do it that when you crack the can, like a little bit of smoke would come out.
And it would say, Armstrong.
Yeah.
Like a little laser shining up into it.
Nothing. Never, ever. I would have a meeting with them once a year to sign the deal. And then I'd be like, we want to do anything? They're like, no, you're doing good.
Were they the same as Jed, where they just lump summed you the year's payment and went, do what you want? Yeah.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
which
Oh, good.
is freaking awesome.
Was it always at the start of the season? Or?
Awesome
Yeah.
and dangerous.
Correct.
Yeah.
You run out of that, which is no good. But it was really weird. I always used to be like, look where Red Bull's going with advancing and stuff. They're like, we don't, no, that's not us. We've actually got the market here in New Zealand. They had 65% of the, drink market. So they
just don't mind because they've already got the market.
100%. I'd be like, let's do, a hill climb. how sick would that be? And we'll, do it where, I remember watching a couple of the American guys and they were hitting the NOS cans, that were out on the walls and they were drifting past and smashing, I was like, well, you could do something like that. And they're like, we're all good. I'm like, damn it. Like, come on.
Yeah, ramp it up.
Because that's still a New Zealand-owned company? Or has it been sold?
They were, but then it ended up selling to Japan.
Okay.
It's a company, somewhere in Japan bought it. But they were just like, nah, we're just in New Zealand. We don't want to do things.
They're an Aussie, though.
They're an Aussie. And that's where it all ended because they said, our Aussie side is shit. We need to put all our funding into Australia.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it at festivals. And I was like, festivals?
People trying to stay awake. I think they got other stuff for that the festival.
I said that to them. I was like, people don't want energy drinks at a festival. They want water.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Actually had some other stuff that well past the piranha. They're like, no, that's where it's going.
Yeah.
That's our vision.
Yeah. It's going to be a silent disco.
Yeah. So that was their vision for the part, but yeah.
And so they just pulled out.
Yeah, that was it. And okay.
So at that point, you'd had a pretty cool car, because we didn't even touch on your pro car, really. Other than the fact you had a couple.
I actually had two cars.
So they were...
So I had a R34 Skyline, which was my first original one, red one, a coupe. Got it all Smicko, Spento on it. Yeah, man. Went to Aussie, first time over to Aussie. Yeah, international series. Second corner, guy spun out on the blind corner, come in, 160 Ks. Oh, what? There's a car in the way. Bullfire.
Yeah.
Wrote my car off.
Yeah.
So that was mint.
No injuries out of that?
It was all good.
Nah, nothing. Like
160s, man.
Because you would have been, left corner or right corner? So driver impact or passenger side?
Nah, passenger side. So I had
a bit of
his
driver, my passenger, and both cars are gone.
Was
toast.
What about him?
He was sweet. I hit him in the front.
Oh, yeah.
So I ripped his motor out and stoved all my, his was a brand new car too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. It was hectic.
Shouldn't park on the track, eh?
Well, he's learning, right? And this is still no big competitions had really come about then. I was 22.
So niggly on your behalf because you're probably in some smoke too.
In smoke, head spun, no yellow flags, no lights, at night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah! Oh my God, there's a car there. Bonfire. Yeah. So huge learning. Whew. And for their competition, World Time Tech, the next year, the safety was through the roof,
How much did that cost you? Because
a whole car, probably $100,000 was gone.
Hours and hours.
Hours. So by the time
it's $100,000 10 years ago too, so it's probably closer to $200,000 now, right?
So it was like your first pro car that you
first pro car, like full dry sumped it.
Oh my God.
All new and cool it, everything. Full kit on it, full new V livery. Yeah, binned it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Had to crush it. It was so rippled. The whole floor was rippled, all the cages crumpled. Like the car did its job.
Yeah.
But it was gone. So by the time I came back, had another car that I got given.
Yeah.
Another 34, which is my 4-door that I still have now.
Yeah.
And built that up.
Hey.
Then was in the mines doing that, and then built a NASCAR G35 Skyline, the big whale.
Yeah.
I don't know why I bought that car, but anyway, wanted to be different. And I put a Dodge NASCAR motor in it because it sounded cool and I thought I'd be the man, and I pretty much reinvented the wheel and blew $90,000 on an engine package just because I wanted it to be cool. And then I was like, damn it, what did I do that for? Guess I'm going back to the mines.
Yeah.
And how'd that car go for you though?
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it blew up straight away.
Didn't put oil in it or?
No, I bought it. Didn't know, I didn't know anything about it. So knew a lot about the straight 6 RB30 motors and all that, what they sound like. And got an NASCAR motor. They revved to $10,000. So rev it to $10,000. You actually should do that because they blow up. And pretty much that's what happened. We just had a bugger of a season.
That's the thing that gets me with the drifting is like every single one of them has these crazy stories that would just push most people off the path, but then they just love smoking tires.
I know.
Anyone else puts a $90,000 engine package together and blows it up, just quits. But then drifters are like, bro, have it ready next weekend.
Yeah. Pretty much. After it blew up, I was like, oh my God, that's coming out. So I pulled the motor out of my other car and put it into that. Yeah. And then bang, that was my 7th year I was in it and finally won my first championship.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then from there, won that championship. And I was like, well, okay, must not be too bad. So I built my old car back up and then I won the championship in that car. So I'd won 2 championships back to back.
RB powered back to that then.
Yeah, back to RB. Well, at the minute, I still have that NASCAR motor because it just went underneath the bench. And at the moment, it's been rebuilt by Chicken down in Palmy.
Oh, what are you putting it in?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't, so she's just rebuilding it?
Yeah,
or
well,
something?
I got told way back then, it's 30 grand, mate. NASCAR motor, it's cooked. I'm like, oh my God, I'm pretty sure I only bought it for like 25. Like, damn it.
So what was it, a Chev engine or?
A Dodge.
Dodge
NASCAR.
Is that a quad cam or?
Single cam. R5 P7. So I was out of like the truck, the Craftsman truck series. So it had a slightly smaller cam, so it had more low down torque, but it just was a weapon. Revved crazy, sounded insane.
Yeah.
And I've just held on to it, right? Just get this. I quite like this part. This dude told me, it's shit, mate. We'll give you no money for it. Oh, okay. Damn it. I've held on to it for 9 years underneath the bench, just wrapped up, all the bits there. And he starts ringing me like, oh, mate, you want to sell your NASCAR motor? And I was like, I thought you told me it was a bag of shit. No, I'll give you $5,000 for it. Oh, $5,000? Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Better have a little look up. So I started Googling and you just cannot get them. They're gone now.
Yeah, okay.
So he's hounding me, come up to $10,000. Yeah, I'll buy it for $10,000. I was like, it's in bits. He was like, yeah, but like, now nothing's good in it. So, but like there's a few bits. And then I was like, hold on a second. I'll ask the fat fingered man and see what he can do. And he was like, yeah, man, I'll fix it. So $5,000. The thing's nearly back together and you cannot buy these motors anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm going to put it in, but something for my son, I think.
There you go.
How cool is that?
Sweet car.
I'm thinking about it, right? Because he's 7 months old now and I'm like,
He might not be able to get fuel for it at the time, but
no, we will come up with an idea. But I was thinking,
it'll be a biofuel. Yeah.
If you
like his own little tractor trailer
in
unit.
15 years' time or 16 years' time, what will be around? Like, electric cars, and then I'm going to have, I want to be able to give him my R34 that's, my Ford Pro car, be like, here you go. And I was like, shit, what will be around then? How many of these cars will still be around?
Yeah. Well, that's it. Like all that stuff's worth money, right? Even like a Huracan, they made them by the millions. But right now, that's the last V10 ever built. Because right now, anything moving forward will have some hybrid part to it.
Yeah.
So tell me, even if there's 2,000, 3,000 of them in the world, that's still a really sought after car now.
That's
and they're actually fucking cheap for what they are. $250, $300,000 for a V10 naturally aspirated go-kart. Oh, that's a hell of a lot of car right now.
Oh, and they're a weapon too.
Oh, they're so good, eh?
Yeah.
So good.
They are sick to drive. You driven one there, Nick? No. Probably
What
shouldn't
about?
with that chin.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let him in my one with that chin.
You got one?
No.
I was going to say.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Coming
Goal.
soon.
Goal 2.
Wait for it.
Definitely could be better. But doing great considering.
Yeah.
How you doing? Good. I'm going to get a
Yeah.
top up my drink, so keep talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I thought, these are the thing, I don't know if you think about it, but I was like, I did swimming and my old man now is like, should have got you into go-karts for a long time ago, because I actually done a bit of circuit racing too, done some enduros and, done not too bad. The dude who owned the car ended up beating his
Enduro.
Well, not that bad, not that good.
Not that
So the
good.
owner, he drove the first into the 3 hours. I got in, the car broke on the third corner.
Oh no.
So that was mean. Just waited for 3 hours in the race and then all of a sudden it just broke. Yeah, so that wasn't the best. And
you just got one shot at it.
yeah, but I got to do like the practice and whatnot. But what happened is, and I should have probably been smart about it, I was whipping his times and he'd been driving this car for ages. Now, like, you don't do track racing. How the heck are you driving fast? And I had a way different line to him.
Yeah.
But he got a little bit bitched up about it because he couldn't, it
the
was
same
his
thing.
car
Yeah.
and I was doing
Yeah,
faster than
driving
him.
him.
He was like, and that was it. The car broke and never got the opportunity again. I was like, dick.
Could have been one of the classic, like a little bit of water in the tank while Cole goes out. Boom! Oh, you broke the car, man. Never again.
Slow it down.
Why do your cars keep hydraulicking?
Yeah.
Did you ever get the chance to do the Leadfoot Festival?
Yeah, I've done the Leadfoot Festival probably 4 or 5 times.
Is that a good event? I haven't got to it yet.
Real good event.
Is that coming up this year?
Yeah, they're doing it every second year because it got quite
With COVID.
iffy with COVID.
Yeah.
And Shelley was over in America and then couldn't come back. And yeah, it's got quite out of it.
But is it on this year? I thought I Someone was talking about it the other day.
Maybe. It's cool. It's an awesome event. They have, you know, on the first night, they have a big full dinner and you're dressed up and you get to meet all these people that have some outrageous cars and, you know, I guess people that have been in the racing series so long, you're like, whoa, what are they doing here? Like, geez, never thought I'd meet him. So you get to meet some awesome, similar
good of New Zealand, isn't it?
But yeah, way different. Yeah, the dinner's outrageous. All put on to the nights. It's
is that a driver's dinner though?
Yeah, driver's dinner. Yeah, you just got to be in there, you know.
Do you need anyone to carry the bags or?
Yeah, you can have a bag carrier.
They call me the caddy.
But no, it is. It's as I say, I've probably been probably 5 years, and it's an awesome event. And that also, I really think, advanced drifting in New Zealand. Like, you know, I remember the first year that we went there, and you know, a lot of racing people that were into race cars and whatnot, like, what's this drifting? And then they're like, what the fuck are these guys being able to do up that hill? Yeah. And then we started running like 2 cars, and they're like, there's barely enough room for 1 car, and there's another car right behind it in the smoke. Like, and then next minute there was 4 cars and then 6 cars, and we're just doing some outrageous things.
Blowing their minds.
Oh, blowing their mind. And like, I like it because, you know, my old man and mum and dad love it. So they always go along to the event, and they'll be like, they'd just send me videos and drift it. You know, someone would come up drifting. You watch everyone just stand up. Rest of the time, everyone's just laid back, having beers, cruising. Yeah. And the drifters would come out.
Well, the smoke brings a show, doesn't it?
Watch these guys. And it would be so crack up. You'd just be sitting there and even just listen to people comment. You're like, yeah, that's sick.
Smoke, backfires, sound. It's got it all, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
To dive into the drifting, you were very, like, you're obviously New Zealand's best at one, like, you know, and I remember when you got me to make a video for you, and I noticed how different you were with, like, you know, I'd take some shots and then I'd make a video, and you're like, nah, don't put that shot in. And I'm like, it's a mean shot. And you're like, oh, my line's slightly off, or like, this is here. And so, like, how long did it take you to really find your groove within what you were doing in drifting and like be super relaxed in the car? Or did you always kind of have that?
I guess, probably did take me a fair few years. To be fair, it probably came down to my team. Like, when I was first into it, I would always be worrying about what was going to break on my car. And if something broke, I'd be trying to fix it. Never really trusted my team. And then when I got Andrew, Conrad, Avon, and Ethan there, they just had my back, that then they would then give me input to be like, hold up. And we could really start critiquing what we were doing. And then,
working on the grip and different
really
things.
Working on lots of things to be like, well, hold up. If we get more drive through there, it's going to make the car do this and this. And you could dive into so much more deeper. Bang, won the championship. We're like, whoa, we've really figured some stuff out here right now.
Yeah.
And, you know, spring rates and all sorts of stuff that lots of people, when we first came in, never talked about.
Yeah, yeah.
And I really didn't care. So I would let people know. And we're doing this with the springs. And it, you know, because you could spend 5 years, $500,000 trying to figure the car out and never get it.
Yeah.
So I was just like, well, hold on, let's all just sort of work in. It's the competition is going to be better if there's some mean, sick cars, and it's just advanced from there.
Shared the information.
Yeah, well, not just me, but everyone else started to do that too.
That is one real cool thing of the drifting. It's probably my favorite thing about it, is that no one's there really for the prize money. They're there to compete.
What prize money?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
There isn't.
You get a high five, like, yo.
So they're definitely not there for the prize.
Bar tab at best.
Yeah.
And they pay heaps each season. And they just, I know. And then they're all there. And then, like, if someone's car doesn't work, they don't want to just win the round. They send their team over to that person's pits, make them fix the car,
and
say, hey, I want to battle this guy. I don't want to win like that. And, like, that to me is just,
it's
it's amazing.
It is. It's a great sport. And as I say, I did some circuit racing and sprint cars and stuff. That ain't happened there.
Yeah.
Circuit racing, you have another team member walk into pits or whatever. They'll be like, what are you doing in here?
Yeah.
You're like, calm down. I'm just having a look at your car. No, you're not. Back up.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
What's the secret?
Yeah.
Competitive edge.
You know, it's
probably,
crazy.
it would be a little bit like that in the pro series in America and probably Japan and different things, I would have thought.
I'd say so. Definitely in America. Yeah. When we're talking millions of dollars, but I still know
Vaughan Giddens and stuff like that, they're not sharing any secrets.
Correct. Yeah. But I know the lower teams definitely are. From Darren being over there, and I went over to Long Beach for the first round of the Formula Drift over there. Like, his car clapped out, and other teams are coming over like, hey man, what can we do to help? You know, new guy. trying to crack into it. Yes, some of the bigger teams that stick to themselves, and that's sweet, but that's still there. And you know, the American side.
Yeah, it's because they're all just car enthusiasts and they're just fizzing to fix a car.
Yeah, without a doubt.
You are though, eh?
Yeah. Like, oh, what? Your car's not broken? I'll help that guy.
Yeah.
There's nothing like fixing a float level underneath the Bethlehem Bridge there using a lighter on the KE30 Corolla and then the carb catches fire. You got to use your mate's hoodie to put it out. Like, those were the days.
Those were the days. And that's where it all started. You know, under the Royal Bridge, they actually ended up putting like a few little like medium strips, you know, like they never used to have them where you could stay in your lane where you could end up drifting around there. Back in that was, you know, young days then.
Yeah. And then how about the Sky presenting? Because we didn't even get into that. Like, what's that been like?
That's been hectic.
You're there with MacGyver, eh?
Yeah, so Steve McGuire, great guy.
Yeah.
Absolute phenomenal and awesome teacher.
Yeah.
Made me really relaxed. Like, I remember going and doing our first live TV, right? And they're like, live, you can't fuck up, you can't swear, you can't do this. And then you have someone that's in your ear talking to you while you're talking. Well, I'm not the smartest cookie as it is. And I'm trying to have someone talk to me and I'm talking, and then you end up just pausing because you're looking up like, because I'm listening to what he's saying, and I'm like, oh yeah, so now we need to, and it was hard.
Yeah.
Like, it was real hard. It probably took me the first year to really become comfortable with doing it.
Coach you through like how to stand and like
nothing.
So you're just like winging it. You
don't do it with my hands.
How do you know if it's on if you're on air?
Because they would tell you.
Oh, they tell you on your ear.
Yeah, going to ad in 5, 4. So you're like,
you're still talking.
Yeah, mid convo, and you're like, blah, 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 blah.
5, 4. You start counting down,
and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
So that's been a real big learning curve. And yeah, Steve MacGyver, when he come on, he just takes control. Like, been doing it long time, and you know, tell the cameraman where to stand and whatnot. And it's that's been cool. Really learning with him, and now I feel so comfortable like having them talking away, and you end up just pulling it out, being like, whatever, just going to talk and do your thing. But it has been. It's a real cool experience. You know, you end up having a meeting before going through the full schedule of this part, and this is how long it's talking for, and this is what we're going to talk about. Never thought that happened.
Yeah. Sorry we didn't provide that today.
I'm
a little off the cuff.
That's the hardest part.
But where's my schedule?
Filling in the blanks.
To be fair, with all the filming and all the talking that I have done, I feel off the cuff is the best way. You know, me and Mike tried to do it with the TV show when we would get guys in. Like Tammy Davis would come in, right? And we were talking with
like little scenes.
Just give up. He's like, give up. You know?
We're trying to be someone you're not.
It's part of the scene, and then it's kind of funny, like, just give up.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're saying. It's hard to create.
As long as I guess there's an idea there at the start, that's where you can roll from, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of I've done something. Yeah, a lot of learning, and I think that part I've been able to, I guess, bring those sort of disciplines too and thoughts of it into my business, you know, and talking with the guys and how you know treat people and how you think about, okay, how am I going to make this guy do his job better without either just being a dick about it and working out what he's good at. So it's those sorts of things have come into play from learning of doing the live TV. Who would have thought, and how they work things to work. Oh, how can I bring these to work with my guys at work? And
it's the same things. Like even like a morning, like a good structured morning brief of like what you're going to do.
Big time, yeah. Just running through what we've got. You know, instead of me having everything in my head, no one knows else what's going on.
Yeah,
and people want to feel like they're a part of the journey. You're doing just as many hours as you. So if they feel like, it's your business rather than we're a team, then they're not going to get on board with you. Yeah,
you did right, and that's. All I want is to be able to have a team that works so well and, get stuff done. But, the Sky stuff's been crack up. I actually took my son on to live TV the other day. Not the other day. Whatever it was, 5 months ago now.
What was it? A year ago? No,
a year
3 months.
3 was actually 3 months ago.
Jokes.
Yeah.
So you're still doing the Sky stuff, or is it?
I don't know. To be fair, I've done it 3 years now. I thoroughly enjoy it because I love being part of the drifting. I love just going down, talking shit with the boys.
You got such a good technical analysis of what's going on as well.
You
understand it way better. And so when you describe stuff, you can hear. You almost give people tips on what to do. Like, you know,
well, I guess
sitting
the
there listening to
part
what you're saying.
of why I've wanted to get into it is to have that person at home. Like my dad's really good at it, and my mum will explain at the drifting to someone who's never been there.
Yeah.
So they walk away and they're like, man, I get that.
Yeah.
Or I understand, especially because it's judged. You know, you got 3 douches up top making the calls, and I make sure they've changed now because I call them out big time. What is these cunts, blind? Because I'm watching what the viewer's watching, right?
Yeah.
And people at home are just like, well, I don't want to watch this shit because I don't even understand it, and that dude definitely shouldn't have won. You know, so yeah, that's what my big. I guess.
Where do you reckon that comes from, though? Do you reckon it's come from like the judge because it's not like they don't know drifting. Like, do you reckon
everyone has their own what is it
lens that they're looking through? As far as
correct.
preference for
Their
drivers?
own. I don't even know what you'd class what the word is. But anyway,
Perspective.
that's it.
There we
They
go.
have their own perspective, and unless they're able to portray that at these drivers' meetings, no one knows that.
Yeah.
You know, the drivers are like, yeah, I'm doing what they're saying, but they're like, well, no, that's not really what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's a misinterpretation of the driver's briefing.
Yeah, and that's
between judges even.
that's
And
definitely
what
got cleared up big time now.
So is that what happens? You show up and they're like, all right, points are going to be for closest to this cone or this wall angle. Like, how's it judged for anyone who hasn't listening? There's obviously
Style.
I guess there's angle, which is style.
No, angle,
Style,
and then line.
Yeah.
So the 3 aspects. And each judge now used to judge all 3 of those themselves and then give a set of points. Well, it's now turned around that each judge does. One does line, one does style, one does angle.
What about proximity to the other car? Is that sort of the
That
style
all
thing?
then comes down to, say, style.
Yeah.
And then it also then will roll in if they are that close, well, how much of the line have they cut? How much angle are they pulling out to keep the car that close?
Yeah.
So I've tried to be able to explain that to the viewer so, yeah, they can understand it. They're not just watching like, what are these 2 cars doing out here? It looks kind of cool, but okay, now I get what they're doing. And, oh, look, that dude definitely was better in that way in his line. So they actually can sit at home and just about be a judge themselves.
somewhere like Bay Park's a good one for that, where you can see the start and the finish. Because like my old man had no idea what drifting was, went there and he just loves it, goes there every year now because he's like, you can just see the start of the race, you can make your own judgment call as to who won, you can watch it on the big screens. Like,
He's a great location.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. Even when they did the jet sprints in there, that's
that was dope.
That first jet sprints was one of the best. Like I grew up jet sprinting with my dad. It was like down in Palmy at the Higgins. But he was like the head of the jet boat and stuff. So I grew up with it when I was an intermediate. And to see it there in one place where you're sitting over top of it, like we froth that. So as a venue, to be able to just sit there and look, bird's eye view almost, your sport.
That was hectic. Because I remember that setup.
You go to Taupo, you go to Pukekohe, you go to any of these racetracks, any motorsport event, normally you see a corner.
Correct.
So to be able to see the whole thing, it's pretty special.
Taupo's quite cool like that though.
Yeah, they try and do that with Mount Smart. You know, utilize the Warriors. Grounds and in the car park, set up stands. It's obviously not quite as good because it's not that seating, elevation for it, but it's the hit. But who knows what's going to happen there? There's a bit of stuff going on behind the scenes at Bay Park, so I don't. Yeah.
What is the full why are they hands off? Are they looking at pulling the thing down, or what's happening there?
Don't know. They haven't really given me. We do a bit of work for them with maintenance and looking after the place and whatnot, and there's definitely some big changes coming. I don't know what they are. No one's really talked about it, but there's some big changes. I think the Speedway will stay there maybe another year, maybe another 2.
Really?
But, there is the big talk of taking everything up to the tech park, and that's where they want it, out of town.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose there's so many wealthy
get the
companies
people
near
there.
You will not. You will not get the people there.
No.
But realistically, it's, like you're saying, Nick, it's a driver's sport. Same with drifting. Same with race car. You go and see circuit racing. There's like 4 people at the fence watching.
Yeah.
Unless there's TV or televised.
But drifting is a pretty good spectator sport. If especially if you're just following along and you quite like one driver and they get doing pretty well.
Yeah.
You can really get into it. Whereas it's not like I've never felt that from a circuit race. Oh, I suppose if you watch Bathurst and things like that where it can get really intense towards the end. But the end of a circuit race is always quite good if it's close, but like you don't stand at a track and watch all those cars on those fun days in the interims. You know, quite often there's always those other cars. No one watches that really. It's all those guys just haven't. But the guys that are doing it are living the dream. You know, fanging their cars up the back straights.
Yeah.
Everyone just watches the drifting and that's it.
Yeah, did right.
Well, if we do lose Bay Park, I'm going to blame the monster trucks. It was all downhill after that.
I wasn't going to mention that. I remember you not
Liking the place at me.
Up until the rugby I went to on the weekend where I lost my shit. That was the worst thing I've ever been to.
Snapchats from
Did you go to that?
To the monster trucks? Yeah, we took our kids there and it was absolute sufferfest.
Yeah, I heard my missus was reading out the comments while it was happening because I was like, no, we've got to go. But young fella's a little bit young. No, we won't.
Nothing even happened.
I know.
It wasn't a monster truck show.
Oh my God, check these comments out. Like, oh, thank goodness we didn't go. And that was sold out. We had plumbers on standby there, you know, because there was that many people that had gone, went to it.
Well, they're just standing by with plungers for all the
just
toilet
in case,
usage.
mate. No, we've got out of order signs just done. Lock that one off. Be back there Monday.
No, but like I reckon YouTube's half ruined that though. Like, because like, you know, if monster trucks are coming and YouTube didn't exist, it'd be like, whoa, monster trucks, and everyone just be loving it. But then
I disagree.
With YouTube, it's like they're doing backflips and like cartwheeling and.
But I grew up and I grew up and they when what was the big blue Ford? It was Bigfoot, the big blue Ford was Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I remember those coming to New Zealand and it was a show. They were jumping over cars. They'd go and hit like 4 or 5 cars and they'd do a big jump. They had a ramp with 2 cars and they'd just jump past them. They weren't even like hitting cars and squashing them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they had like a kicker ramp
that
they'd go up to, do a little ramp, rev, basically jump 2 cars and just land on flat and be like, boom, boom. And then use their steer axle at the rear, do a little burnout. We just went to the 4x4 thing at Off-Road NZ on Friday. Just watching that would be a way better show.
Really?
Yeah, at least that drives up a hill and shit.
Really?
Way better show. Yeah, so it was pathetic, absolutely pathetic.
Oh, wow.
But anyway,
because
blame them for Bay Park if we lose it.
Yeah. So that's the one at Rotorua, and it's got the 4-wheel steer thing. So you want to go down, if you ever do. I went down. This is part of the TV show. Got given this for free. Oxbow down in Queenstown. Yeah. So they have a 500 horsepower 4-seater jet boat that they have their own custom little jet sprint track, and you just go full blast in it. It's freaking awesome. And then they've got this quad cam V8 4-seater off-roader 4-steer thing. Oh, it's unreal. Yeah. And obviously, Mike spun this thing out when we were down there and
you
got to go down there and do a bit of camera work and whatnot. And
did you guys roll out of the jet sprinter or something? Did something happen? Didn't something happen?
Nah, he did a jet boat one and rolled it straight away. Yeah, flipped it instantly. He's
probably came off the gas.
He's the worst driver ever.
You got to accelerate, otherwise you got no steering.
Yeah. Why don't you just cartwheel on the cage out of it?
Yeah. Yeah. That was just before I'd sort of come into it. He'd somehow
I knew something could happen there.
Got to drive with that. Yeah. But no, this was freaking awesome. Same thing.
Okay.
Had a blast. Not like,
I'll tell my wife she's going down there next week, so I'll tell her to do it.
Yeah. They have all sorts down there. Full party setup.
Yeah. Those jet boats, don't they do like 0 to 100 in like...
Yeah, it was hectic.
2 seconds.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're basically instant.
Yeah.
They're sick.
But going back to monster trucks, everyone thought it was Monster Jam, like in the States. They're like, oh, where's the ramp where they do the backflips?
Yeah.
None of that.
And dudes getting it up on the nose and doing reverses.
Well, like none of anything. It was largely what it was. They had a couple of guys that could jump a motocross bike. Well, we've kind of all seen that before. Not to take away from it. That's epic. But, we can see that at World's End for a gold coin.
Yeah, true.
So you spend all this money to go to this event. And what it largely was some kids on their like Pee Wee 50s driving around, like doing a little parade.
They obviously promoted it real well. Because how did you get a sellout crowd?
Because they put those big signs like on the expressway and everyone's waiting in traffic, and they were also doing all those road works. So everyone's there for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, they had the monster truck at Gull sitting there, which was like the free ride. You could pay to go for a ride where they just drove it around the park. Didn't drive over anything again. Just
I remember it was like the full talk of the town.
Up, let people out.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be Monster Jam. Like, oh my God, they're going to have some hectic jumps in there.
Well, you'd expect, because we've had Nitro Circus and stuff like here in New Zealand, right? Like if a big event like that's coming, Isn't it not going to be cool?
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
They come and go. They come and go in waves.
I'm sure they made a lot of money out of that show from what they've profited and the show they actually put on. Definitely nothing was broken.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. So we.
No,
No.
I was going to say. So when you were in the drifting, were there any moments throughout that 18 years of it where you were just thinking like, nah, fuck it, I'm out of here?
Yeah, my last season.
Oh, just the last season?
Yeah.
So the rest of it, you were just
rest of it,
the
I
whole way
just frothed on it.
when that engine blew up.
Blow a motor. We'd wreck a motor that morning. Pop it up. Oh my God, there's water in the piston on the blower. Yeah, someone's driving down to go pick another motor up. Boys are instantly pulling the motor apart. By 1, 2 o'clock, the motor was back together. We're back out on track. Like you just did everything.
Yeah.
Right? You do an all-nighter.
Was that a fully built engine at that time?
Yeah. It was so strung out, it ended up cracking the bore. It was twisting the blocks. So I ended up having to, fully grout the block and go to a billet crank and all sorts of things. So what happens when you just keep going, getting more and more power. And
what horsepower were you running sort of towards the end?
850, but it was a safe 850. You could get 1,000 horsepower, but what for? We were stuck with a certain size tyre and you end up just rinsing the tyre and going nowhere,
Yeah.
It's things we learnt. There's no point in having all this power. Can't use it. So we do all sorts.
So just straight haze the tyres and just get no drive out of it.
Well, thinking about Leadfoot, right? The last Leadfoot I had one of my cars at Leadfoot and me and Fang were there, but the same weekend we had the D1. So we were staying in Hahei in the morning. We'd do our run up the hill. Then we'd go to the chopper. They would then fly us to Pukekohe. And then we would hop in our cars. Yeah, it was insane. And the team, my boys were just like, this is sick. We've cracked it. I'm cracking it because I just had to pay for this bad boy. But it was cool, It was all their time and effort that they put into it.
Well, they're getting something back for it.
It is.
Yeah. For them, it's always the experience.
Oh, yeah. It was sick. And we would chopper back and forth. We did Leadfoot. And then, right before the competition day, flew back, had a mean day at Leadfoot, then flew to do the battles, and the boys are standing there like heads down, like the motor's blowing up. I'm like, wait, what? That night they did an all-nighter, stripped it all out, and got the thing back together.
And they're basically volunteers, right? They wouldn't have been on payroll.
Yeah,
they're just the boys coming along, love the journey.
Yeah.
So they're family, kids, whatever they might have had, girlfriend, if any, but that's hard to keep.
I guess that was the hardest part in the end, where working on the cars after work. In my younger days, I ended up living in a workshop where I had all my cars there. So be at work, come home and be like, cars there, and we'd tinker away.
Yeah.
And I'd do it myself.
Places down on the mount.
Yeah, we had one of the apartments and, there's no living quarters there. So we built something.
Yeah.
It was freezing in winter. I mean, we'd have this little electric heater just blazing, trying to warm it up. And it was honestly as big as this office. And I'd have a bed there and just a bit of a couch here and TV. And
when you say we,
when
you say
me and a mate.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So there was another partition wall, and he had his bed in there. Yeah. And then I'd shoot off to Aussie, and then he would stay there, and then we'd come back, and just full of cars, working on them, had the hoist in there and all that. But
that sounds good.
You do everything.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where at the end, all my mates, their kids were getting bigger, starting to get into rip rugby and the drifting and all that. It was all through summer. It's through the long weekends. People are like, my actual mates, they would never ask me to go and do anything. So they're like, oh, fuck,
he's not available.
Yeah, he'll be off doing his drifting and anything. And I was like, man, this is shit, man. One of my best mates has got 4 kids and I've only met 2 of them. My life has just been sucked away. Well, not sucked away, but wrapped up with that,
Very little success without sacrifices there.
Yeah, it's huge. And that's where I came to the point where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to be able to hang out with my mates and,
it's different if you're at like Shane Van Gisbergen or something like that, where you're actually earning a huge income and your family can come with you.
Correct.
It's part of the journey, right? But unfortunately, very small population in New Zealand, therefore very small pay packets on a lot of the stuff.
My family still could have come and still did, but it's still a long day.
Yeah.
Where I'm just in the car and then out of the car and involved, and what are they doing?
A lot of waiting
Sitting
around
there watching. Oh, yeah, hectic. And it is. It's that fine line of being like, you know what, it's all good.
That's why I've stayed out of motorsport. Like I love it, but even if you just want to go to a race event, you got 3-4 days setting up the car before you even race on that weekend. So you've given a whole week away. Like, the sacrifice is huge. That's why having a nice road car that maybe you can drive on the track is perfect for me.
Yeah.
Well, I could drive it to work, or I could drive it to a track.
Yeah, easy.
It doesn't cost.
And that's actually, when you do look at it now, I guess Jesse was the advocate for it, right? Go and buy a GT3 car. Yeah. Just beat on it anytime. Take it out of the garage, go beat on it. And I'm like, damn it, that costs the same amount as my drift car I pumped into, and I've got to spend like 40 hours on this thing before I take it out, Yeah. He'd be like, no, man, like just go and beat on it and have fun.
Take it home again.
Damn it.
I remember Jesse Greenslade turning up to the track that day with his McLaren, and he was trying to drift it by that concrete wall.
Yeah.
And then he spun out, didn't go the way of the concrete wall, filled up his tyres, but never came out of the throttle enough, and just kept the gravel in the wheels of this McLaren. And I was like, what does your insurance reckon about that? And he's like, what insurance?
Yeah, didn't have insurance.
Like,
none of his
the next
cars.
minute he just sends it into the corner again, did another few laps. And then when he came and parked up in this McLaren, it's his McLaren with no insurance.
720S.
Yeah. And he comes flying in, parks up, and it just goes boof. And probably like a cup of gravel out of each wheel was still in it, because he got in the gravel and never came off the throttle enough. And the forces just kept it there. And then as soon as he stopped in the pits, just bang.
I think that cost him about $6,000, because all the wheels had chips and everything in them, and they were special wheels, so you had to get them all repaired, and
probably magnesium or something.
Yeah, man.
Obviously you've spoken to him. How does he find that car drifts? You got a pro drift car which is designed for it, and that's a car that's designed to have traction.
It was cool.
Does it go good?
He said it was sick, because Greg Murphy ended up jumping into it and tried to do some lap times around that, and he was like, this is sick. And then, Jesse gets in there and feels hocking this thing sideways, like $400,000 car, and he's like, it's all good, love it.
And it bit on him.
Oh, yeah.
By that concrete
near
wall.
binned it, boy.
That. I was like, he must have got the maddest surge of adrenaline, and then just saw it. And then I said to him, what do you think? And he goes, I couldn't come in to the pits without nailing that corner. And so he ended up doing like another couple of laps trying to drift that exact same corner again. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Because a rear engine car is not an easy drift car, sure. That'd be a pretty hard thing to hold on to with all that weight back there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Other than a Porsche, because they're quite balanced, but they're kind of rear mid.
Yeah, see, I didn't want to do that, because just in case something went wrong.
Yeah.
It's just a bit expensive.
Especially if it's not yours. Yeah.
Another question I have for you is it always fascinates me about the drifting when drivers are about to go out on track, and it's like semi-finals or like finals or whatever. And then the battle before you, so you're ramping up, you're ready, you're about to go out, your car's started, it's all warmed up, it's a hot day. And then someone drops some oil on the ground. And then next minute it's like, you're just going to be there 3 minutes, and then you're real hot. And then it's like 15 minutes. And then they're like, just turn your car off. And then
you're just sitting there.
But you've geared yourself up for this massive, quite important race. And then how do you find that when you're switching in and out of gear?
I guess it's been something maybe I'm weird about, but I never would get either excited or anxious until I'm right there in the moment.
Yeah.
So even when I'd be sitting there waiting for, to go out for a battle or whatever, I might be thinking about what I'm doing, but my mind will be somewhere else. I have no idea where it is, but it's definitely not there right in that moment until I actually am there, right, doing a scrub or sitting at the line. Then I'll be like, oh, we're into it.
Yeah.
Where I guess, I don't know.
But you can scrub and then something can happen and you can see it.
Yeah, for sure.
It breaks your flow of you're psyched up, ready for the...
When I was younger, 100%, you'd be so anxious, heart's just pounding. But I don't know, I guess from the years of doing it, I wasn't fully excited or pumped into it or in the zone until I was actually taking off as such. So I guess, chill or
so
whip out the phone, do a quick...
there until that actually happened, because otherwise it'd break it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Pull your phone out and just have a little scroll or see what's going on, see what photos are up.
I always thought, I've asked quite a few people that question at the drifting and wondered how they push through that one, because it's quite a big one that some people...
Yeah, definitely. Some people, I know Cal.
There's so much in the car and so much time into the car and money at risk and all these other factors in it.
That's a massive thing, especially when you've got big sponsors. That was something that I found quite hard, especially when I was first getting into it. Oh man, I'm letting these guys down. They're putting a lot of money into me and I'm not coming anywhere. And you put a lot of pressure on yourself to be like,
I'm not good enough.
I'm not good enough. These guys are going to drop me. And I think probably the first, maybe not the first year because it is what it is, but the second and third year when I was doing the drifting and then the fourth and then the fifth, and I was like, shit, I still haven't won, you know, like, and Darren come along and he just come into the pro and next minute run a series. And I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to win. And then, yeah, you know, you put that pressure on yourself. And as I say, it all came down to my team. Yeah. That was the part that just cleared all my head that, I wouldn't even think about any of that stuff until I was either on the track and even worrying about the car because I was like, nah, they've got it. Yeah. And if they hadn't, you would know because I would lose my shit. Yeah. And that was a bad part because these boys do put a lot of time and effort in, and I always had to remember, like there was one event that they were like, you know what, man, fuck you, we're out of here. And they all left. And I was like, oh, Ratchet, what a loser. Like, and it, you know, it kicks you back in to be like, I can't do this without these guys. You know, I got a talent of driving, but it ain't just me.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a team
whole
sport.
Team there.
Goes with everything.
So much that goes into the drifting, like with all the tyre changes and tyre pressures and all the different settings and then everything that could go wrong. And then someone just is rushing and forgets a bonnet clip. And
I've had that before. Up in Whangarei, you know, young buck, went up there with myself, me and a mate. And forgot the bonnet pins. It's a hot day. Oh shit, lift the bonnet. Yeah, put it back down. Straight out into the drifting. Boof! Can't see, but mid-drift, so I just stayed in it and you just looked under the on the thing. I think it's had quite a few views on the old YouTube. Oh yeah. It's so pixelated, but it's up in Whangarei, blind drifting.
Well, you videoed it.
Someone videoed it. Someone's made all the profit out of it, because
they've retired now.
Yeah.
YouTube money.
Damn it.
I remember that we were test driving a car and I think we just clipped the bonnet on. So it wasn't actually bolted on. Yeah. The whole thing went. Do you remember Dominic Hollis? He was a local boy. I think it was his car from memory years ago. Anyway, the whole thing just went straight off on the road and it landed with the car behind us right in front of the car. The car didn't hit it. It just folded in half.
Yeah.
The things we used to do. It's so good.
That things, it's endless. And the people you meet. That's I think the best thing I've enjoyed about it. The people I've got to meet around the world and even here in New Zealand, there's a lot of good people. Yeah. That is in motorsport.
They're everywhere,
Everywhere.
Yeah. We share that passion. So as soon as you start talking cars as we have today, it's pretty easy to talk all night about it because you've already got that one thing. You might not have the same political views or anything. I'm sure we do, but if we don't,
I'm sure we do. Yes,
but on the off chance that we don't, at least we've got the motorsport or the cars. You know, we could talk about that all day long and still get along.
Yeah, you did right. It's ongoing, and that's why I guess I've now got to the point where I've still got race cars. I've sold one of my comp cars, but just got a good fun car in the shed that I can, kind of like the push, pull out, don't have to do heaps of work on it, go drive it, put it back in the shed.
You used to have a race jet ski though, eh?
Oh, I did. Yeah. Did have a race jet ski. Yeah, but you can't take family on those jet skis.
So you've got rid of the race jet ski?
Correct. Yeah. Well, the worst part was, right, I'm going to tell you this. So I took my niece, Stevie, she said, you want to go on the jet ski? Yeah. But don't go fast. No. And this, it's a souped up, it's 280 horsepower jet ski. So it wasn't the top line, but I'd strung it out and, done the stuff. So anyway, we're out Pukahina. We go out through the bar. I'm like, all right, we're going to go a little bit fast. And she's, I don't know, she might have been 10. I was like, I've got this. She's holding on the back. But anyway, full tit. I don't think we were doing like 118, 120 Ks. And then I was like, all right, let off. As I let off, same with jet boats. You've got no steering. Yeah. Wave comes, hit us, bam, poof. That was us. Just
got buckled.
Just cartwheeled. She's on the back, cartwheeling. Oh, I felt so terrible. Anyway, we're fine because we're landed in water.
Yeah.
And it's soft,
Yeah, real soft at that speed.
120, you get a good couple of bounces.
It looked like his chin.
I know. The surf club, they come running out in the IRB like, man, you're right, mate. I'm swimming over to the jet ski that's like 100 meters up the
and a tide going the opposite way.
Yeah, with my niece like under my arm screaming. She's just like, what happened? And that was it. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to take my son on that and be a dumbass.
It's all right with someone else's, but
Hey,
I sprained both my wrists on a jet ski jumping.
you've got weak bones or something like.
There's no bones been broken. I'm touching wood here, but
maybe there's no bones in there at all.
Yeah.
All the bones that I've broken are right in my face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I remember
No hands.
A face you want to punch.
There's been some time. I punched myself a few times.
Yeah.
I thought I needed to learn a lesson. There we go. But no, I was doing some wave jumping. And I remember like hitting this wave and you just get confident on a jet ski pretty quick.
Way too confident quickly.
And then I hit this jump and then I was pretty new at it and hadn't realized that once it rolls flat, you got to ditch it. And it rolled flat and I ride it out. And as I landed, like the whiplash of just landing flat, just both wrists just went whack.
Oh,
I kind of like sprained both wrists at the same time. I was like,
as you hit the throttle and it taked off underneath you at the same time.
Yeah, it's floppy wrist. That's what I was.
Both of them too. That would have been a hectic couple of weeks.
No, it went away like a couple of. It wasn't too bad, but I just remember as I hit, I was like, man, jet skis, you can really cook the goose pretty quick.
They're
without
chaos.
thinking about it.
It's crazy to think that you can just go and hire one like
You
anywhere
can,
in the country.
Now can you?
Yeah, they come and go, but any inexperienced person can come along and jump on one and just
There's
go.
a few bloody anchor lines in Pilot Bay there where they rent them from too. Those are
Right.
dangerous.
Well, again, it's the thing, like people don't understand there's no steering without propulsion in a jet engine, right? So as soon as you're off the gas, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So any numbskull can hop on one and go, oh, this is fun. Oh, I'm going to slow down. I'm coming towards the boat. Nope.
Exactly that. I've seen that.
I've seen it heaps.
Yeah.
It's good work.
Yeah. And then so run us into what the transition's been like from all that action into focusing on the business and then having a child. And
It's been good. That's the best part. Fully grounded on that and really enjoying it. You know, it's something. Yeah, I've had a hectic life all over the place and doing lots of things. Always been busy. Now times with little man at the moment, which 7 months can't do too much. He doesn't walk or anything yet, but personality wise, he's growing, and that's the coolest part, man.
yeah.
Being there. But then also, same with that, with family, and then also the business, you get sucked into it, I've got my own business. The next one, I know that it's 6:30. What am I still doing here? Like, I need to go. You can just keep staying at work and keep, doing things. But you got to have that balance. And that's something I had, I guess, with my racing. I still knew my balance of, my race life to, work life and whatnot, when now I've got work and family.
Yep.
And it's just making sure you keep that balance. Obviously right now it's late and I should be home. I miss bath time, so I'm pretty gutted about that. But anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
That guy, eh?
Yeah.
Well, that is the important thing, because the business, you're not just looking after you and your family now. You've got another 17 people's families that you're feeding, right? So you're like, fuck, I need to get this done for not only our family, but everyone else within the business.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're not there for your wife, then there's no relationship. Therefore, you're not there for your child. And I'm seeing this. I see it all the time. And I've had a divorce and I'm second marriage and all the rest of it. Like, it's hyper important that you actually remember that we're there as a family, and like I'm there with my wife, and then we're there for the child as well.
Yeah.
Like, so many people go, it's all child, and then they forget to love each other and all the rest of it. Like, you can have that time for each other too.
That definitely can happen really easily. And that's, I guess, something for us even, we'd sort of had gone, I guess, down that path a bit of you're all about the boy, well, him growing up and that. And we're like, hold up, we need to have a night out, like just us.
Yeah.
And rekindle and just talk. Because, you get home, I've had a hectic day at work, bath the wee man, talk a little bit how he's been going. Then we both sit on the couch and like,
Scroll.
Yeah. I'm on YouTube or we're watching some sort of series, and you don't communicate that much. So, you've definitely got to have that right balance to be able to do those things. So, it's been a different transition, I guess, from a real exciting, well, not exciting, but like it's not exciting now. But it's been a good transition. I've really liked growing into being a dad.
Yeah.
And seeing wee man grow and the different things that my partner's been able to, teach him. And I'm like, man, I'm lucky. It's hard. it's definitely hard when someone's like, yeah, have a baby. And you're like, that's
The part
easy.
that cracks me up is people who say like, we weren't too sure, so we thought we'd just have a baby.
You're like,
We weren't too sure in our relationship, so we
what?
had a baby to strengthen it. Oh, that ain't happening.
It's complete opposite. Yeah,
That
it's
is
complete
not-
opposite.
Yeah. That is, You've got to be a strong
dream.
bond on that
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that is teamwork.
Yeah.
I think about it and I remember at the start, I was like, I could be a stay-at-home dad, no worries. And I'm like, that's hectic. Like, even in the weekends, I'm like, this little man needs a lot of attention.
Yeah.
We're not going to work on some cars or like tutu in the garden. Like, no.
But it's not time. What did you say? 7 months?
7 months, yeah.
Yeah. So as soon he'll be interested in just doing what you do, I reckon. Like,
Yeah,
He'll
they
be
get- they
swallowing
start-
spark plugs and stuff in the workshop.
Well, at the moment, I'm trying to get a shed built behind my house. I'm doing consent and whatnot on that. But so I've got a few little diggers and I bring them home. And now,
good.
7 months, he can sit himself up. So he's sitting on my lap. I'm just in the digger and he's just
He'd froth it.
Just-
Oh,
it's amazing how you see how much their brains are just like, whoa,
Yeah.
I'm taking so much in right now.
Yeah.
And then you tuck them in and read them the little yellow digger together. And
You know I've got that book.
Yeah. An even bigger digger.
you're the boys.
Dead right.
Yeah.
But that's been the cool part now, especially like you say, they keep growing and get bigger and get to actually be a part of doing the things that, we can really teach them.
My little dude's nearly 2 now. And he's
Wow.
just, we took him to the skate park on his runner bike for the first time, like, just to drop in on some things. Because he was getting pretty good on his runner bike. I'm like, I wonder if his nickname's Tank Schlepper. And because as soon
It's going to be yours now. Now I think.
I think that's my nickname. Yeah. But so
I think I've got that in writing from you. Actually.
Yeah, old Tank Schlepper, when he gets a bit of a run on, if he tries to slow down like downhill, he like does this waddle left to right, and then now he's got the confidence to like drop in off this little lip, and you're so stoked when you
Tucks up
see
the
him. You're
feet and
like,
rolls.
oh my god, you're winning!
Yeah,
and
it's
it's just
cool.
a smile on his face, and he runs back around, and he like gives you like a silly grin and rocks it. Like I froth that, because you're like, just means so much to them to get those little moments in.
Yeah, well, they're learning off you, you know.
Oh, hard. That's work.
It's what we all got to, I guess, have as, we grew up, different things like that.
Yeah.
And then when they have big slams and us dads come running towards them, be like, that was so sick, bro. Pound it. Like, yeah, that was so epic. And mum's running like, oh, my baby. and they get up and like, oh, yeah, cool. Like, yeah,
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
Go again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's been epic. Well, is there anything else you want to cover off, Nick?
No, I think we've gone.
Cole wants to
we've
go
gone
and tuck his son in by the sounds.
He's gone, mate.
He's
He's
gone.
well and truly gone. He's
I don't know
sleeping
how
well
long
through.
we've been there.
It's all good. Tomorrow's the end of the day.
We have gone through pretty much everything there, I reckon. Is there anything else you want to mention?
No, not really. It's been it's been a pretty cool transition and journey I've had throughout. As I say, nothing was ever given on a platter. We always had to work pretty hard for it, and right time, right places was, to be fair, lots of my things.
Yeah.
My big sponsorship was just that new dude that turned up and drove well and had a good attitude, and that's where the opportunity came from. And they still happen,
That's where a lot of opportunities do come from. It's like people having, because like if you're the sponsor looking at the series, who are you going to sponsor? Like, especially if because you talk well and you're really enthusiastic and you're obviously really keen on drifting. It just seems like an obvious pick, and then people wonder why those people are so lucky. But I reckon it's definitely about how you operate, because you definitely get right into everything.
I think the important thing with that is that, right time, right place, but you put yourself in that place.
Hard,
That luck never happened without all the work that led to you being in that place at that time.
For sure. I think the one thing that does bug me at the moment is because I've done a lot of that, I guess, social media and things like that through my drifting and over those years, that now I should be doing this with my business, right? Yeah. But I just have no passion or no drive to do it. People are like, we should do more Instagram photos, and we've got sick stuff of bathrooms being finished or sick drains we've been doing, and I'm just like, no.
Yeah, but you got 19 odd people in your team, 18 people, just give it to someone else to do it.
Yeah,
well,
that's true. I guess the worry about that, well, not the worry, but are they putting the right content up? I guess.
So you just talk to them, communication.
Yeah.
subcontractor.
Just roll on another thing.
Cool. You find someone cool that's got like your vibe, and then they're in that profession and they have ideas that you haven't even thought of, and you're like, sick, roll with that. And then you're like, what? You're going to keep coming up with ideas?
I know. I guess.
Well, I've got Ryan Collier. He came on this podcast. He's looking at doing some stuff for me, which actually to buy back your own time, because I do a lot of that stuff across different platforms. And I was like, can you come record with me for 2 days a month and then just knock out a couple of months worth of content and then job done? So you're still doing it. It's still your face. You can speak whatever you want.
Wheels are tense.
Yeah. I know I need to do it and I can do it and I definitely have the right,
If you're not doing it, then that's the answer.
Yeah, but it's I guess for the years I've done it, it's the hard part.
You've done it, you're
I've
gassed.
done it, and I'm like, nah. I see so much, and I'm like, man, you know what are they doing? You could do this, and this would be way cooler. And then I'm like, why don't I do that? I'm like, fuck that. And that's the worst attitude to have. I need to get it out,
especially in town. Town is such a small place. Like people, the word spreads, and then the contracts are just massively always overfilled. And who's going to be the last person if anything does get more and more tough and interest rates go up even further? Or
without a doubt, relationships
man standing.
Yeah, relationships are key in this town, right? Yeah. They are key, and I guess that's the part where I probably haven't done a lot of drive on that side, because I have those relationships with people to be able to keep the work flowing on with what we've got. Being into commercial, it's not just someone ringing up. You know that person because they're a big building company that works through, and you've got to do a good job, and that's what I roll on. Rather than, yes, I could slightly change it and diversify a bit and have that social side that we get new clients.
Yeah, you just got to be careful. Like you can have a massive business, but if your business is strung to say 3 clients and you lose one of them, you lose 30% of your business.
Yeah, for sure.
So whilst times are changing right now, maybe some of this big development stuff, it's already in process, so they've got to complete it. But if that ends in 3 years' time and all the projects end and there's nothing there, like how do you fill that back in? So
sure, but then I see it as, okay, yeah, you got that. Where are all these people going to go? All these new people coming into town that are here.
Yeah.
It's never going to stop.
Housing will never stop. Yeah, you're right. But a company could. That's all I'm saying.
Correct.
So someone you've been dealing with could fall over. So you always need to have some top up of new clients coming back in.
Always. Yeah, for sure. And I guess, and that's, I guess the part of it where I know I need to do it.
Here it is.
Fuck.
The penny drops.
It is. But there's so many things you end up doing. That's the biggest part that I've been like, man, as an owner, they're endless.
You're everything until you get to a position where you actually let go and you employ that person to do it. You go, I could do it better, but what's my time worth? Is my time worth $300 an hour? Is this job worth $300 an hour? No, I can pay someone $50 an hour to do it. Well, I'll let it go.
100%. And a lot of the time, there are people that are better than you at doing those jobs, and it's just going and letting it happen. But that's the part too I've learned too, is there are lots of people out there that, I'm good at it, and I want your money, and then
don't follow it up.
Oh, what the fuck, and can let you down. So that's another fine line where you've got to find the right person.
How many times have you been let down on this one topic here?
Few times now, or come in where they've talked it right up, and then I'm like, yeah, that's sick, and then they're like, here's the bill, and I'm like, what? Say for example, you've got your website, right? Yeah. And they could say you could make a sub website. So say if someone Googled hot water cylinder, so you would pop up page, and they click on that, and then it would take you to a smaller page which links to your website. It was like 18 grand. And I was like, what? I can't justify, like, how many jobs would I have to do to actually pay that off? I just was like, I can't fathom that.
No.
I couldn't.
I'd say they're taking the piss at that.
That's definitely.
You should get a pretty slick website at around 18, 20 grand, so like a full website, not a landing page.
This was just on the side, and they're like, oh, no,
how long ago was this?
Doesn't matter. They're profiteering.
That's profiteering.
That's profiteering.
Yeah.
And I bet you they're not even that good without knowing who it is. That's an
I ended up. I'm lucky that my missus is actually very, very good at these sorts of things, and hopefully when she gets a bit more time, this will be her side, you know, and can take that. But yeah, showed it to her and she was like, no way. Like, are you kidding me?
So was that a quote or did you get the job done?
No, that was a quote. That was before I did it. There was one landing page, and if I wanted a second one, it was like 24 grand. And I was just like, because I don't know. So I was like, well, okay, well, maybe that is the price. So I was like, well, okay. And then I talked to her and she's like, no way.
Lucky.
Work it out. How many jobs did it take to pay that off to do that? And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the important thing too. Like as a business owner, if you don't have friends in similar circles, you want to go and find some. You know, some other business owners, because having that conversation at a table with a whole lot of people that are working a 9 to 5, they're like, oh, what? You can afford a 20 grand website? Oh, you guys are raking it in. Versus, nah, bro, you're getting tucked. Like, you've got to do 50 jobs to pay for that website.
Yeah, dead right.
You get a different perspective on it.
And that's, I guess, the other part where I'm like, oh, I don't know this shit, so I'll just keep it away from me because I don't know.
Yeah, stick to my knitting.
And I'm good at, I'll just keep doing work and
I'll dig some holes. And
But that's not, you know, like I say, it's not the best way forward, and I will get there as time goes on.
But as a business owner, it doesn't mean you have to be the general manager. Like if you're happy places and talking to your clients and digging holes, then bring someone in that knows that stuff really well.
100%. And this is another thing I've been told. My missus has told me exactly this. Because she's like, you're good at this. Do this, but you're not that good at this. Because I don't know, but I feel I've had ADD my whole life. I can get something done 80% and then I'm on to the next thing. She's like, why haven't you finished that? I'm like, oh yeah.
Didn't even know I hadn't finished it.
Like that's mid combo. Next minute I've walked off and I'm out, I don't know, putting a fence up. She's like, where did that come from? I was like, I don't know.
Seemed it need to happen.
Yeah. And it's, you know, one, I think as time goes on, it's something I do think. I'm like, what am I up to? I just, next minute, oh, I'm onto this one. But anyway, we'll work through that.
Time gets torn.
Yeah. Dead right. Yeah, we'll get there.
All right. So I think that probably wraps it up for Cole from Armstrong Plumbing. Where do people find you? Because you're going to be doing all this epic advertising now. So where can they find that?
Well, obviously, website, I guess, is, Armstrong Plumbing and Drainage is where it's at. Reach out, I guess, as our main one.
Are you doing any, if they want to follow drifting and stuff, is there any socials or anything they should follow?
Well, I've still got all my socials, which, to be fair, are quite large. And I probably should stop doing baby posts because people will be like, hold on a sec. I used to follow this dude who did some sick cars and put up drifting photos. And now he's just like got a son on a digger and there's a son like jumping on a jumping bound, jumping
You'd be surprised though, because a lot of your audience would have grown up same age as you. So they're probably in the same place. Like, that's sick. He's got a baby too.
Did right. Because they actually haven't gone down. I didn't even realize. I got like 34,000 followers on Facebook. And I was like, where did these come from? What?
Yeah.
But I definitely, I've got a bit of an itch at the moment. I want to go do some driving. I've got, as I say, like 4 or 5 drift cars that me and a mate are halves in and we've finished building them up and we just go have some fun and have some sick battles. And I really want to take like all my workers because
they'd love it.
Come to my workshop and I've got
perfect.
200 tyres up in the ceiling where it should actually be plumbing stuff and still got cars there and hoists there and motors there. And they're like, is this a plumbing workshop? Or, but we'll get there. So,
These brand new tyres.
Yeah, man.
Oh, nice.
So from finished the season,
I
was sponsored by a tyre company and I get 280 tyres for a season. And we ended up having a rainy season and I think I went through like 60. So I have a shit ton of tyres sitting up top in this workshop, which I won't say where it is.
I need some tyres.
But it's now when I go drifting, just grab some tyres now.
Yeah,
don't have to buy them,
That's
it's $320 a tyre or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So
it's a bit of drifting.
Yeah.
Especially when you're just doing fun days, you're not just trying to do competitions, slaying them in 2 laps.
Yeah, correct. I get 10 to 12 laps now out of a set of tyres, so I'll only take 10 and what a day. Tyres and gas. It's what you dream of.
So you got a nice reliable car.
Yeah.
Nice. How good.
No, it is good. So I appreciate you guys, bring me in here. It's good to have a reminisce as such.
Yeah. It's great to have two guests, I suppose. A guest host and a guest.
Yeah.
So thanks for bringing the guest host.
I guess you might be. That means you might be coming back then. Eh? You've probably done not too bad.
He's done all right so far. We'll see. What is it?
We'll
See who's next. Just coming, Cole.
Nah, awesome, man.
Right,
Too good, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.